I'll make this as brief as possible. My wife and I have 3 kids, the eldest is 10, boy. They are generally good kids, but 10 has started acting up a bit lately. He has missed a lot of school, simply because his mom can't wake him up in the mornings. I've usually already left for work by then, and she is also busy with the other kids, 3 and 6. We've tried to sit down and talk with 10, and ask him if there is a problem in school or any other reason he doesn't want to go. He said no, he is just tired in the mornings. Yesterday when I got back from work, my wife told me that morning she tried to wake 10 up. He wouldn't even open his eyes or acknowledge her. She shook his shoulder, and that's when he kicked her. She showed me a huge bruise on her thigh. This made me very angry. For reference, I am 6 feet 1 inch and broad-shouldered, my wife is 5 feet 2 inches and petite all over. 10 is taking after me. So I called my son over and asked if he'd kicked his mom. He said yes he had, so I slapped him across the face and asked if he'd like to kick me next. He shook his head and was clearly holding back tears. So I said good, don't ever raise a hand to your mom or any other woman again. He nodded, and I turned to go back to what I was doing before. At that point I noticed my wife, crying. As soon as I sat down, she rushed to our son and hugged him. She took him to the kitchen and said she was getting an ice pack for his face. Later, my wife said she wasn't happy with the way I had handled the situation. She said she didn't want me to hit any of the kids, I never have before. I told her kicking his mom was a serious thing, and he needed to be disciplined. My wife insisted she'd rather be kicked 1,000 times than see her son get slapped again. I said her own parenting methods don't seem to be working, considering the amount of school he's missed, so it's time to try mine. She then started crying again, went into our room and locked the door behind her. I slept on the couch. Now I'm about to go home and face this situation, so I am asking for help. AITA for slapping my son after he kicked his mom and skipped school?
Hit the subscribe button now for more AITA dilemmas.